Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group will present about air pollution and ways to overcome. In this video, we are going to talk about the introduction, objective, factors on why this issue happened, ways to overcome, and the conclusion. First of all, my name is Nurul Farisha Rusnaida binti Rosli. My student ID 2020818496. I will present first about the introduction. Air pollution is contamination of the indoor and the outdoor environment by any chemical, physical or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristic of the atmosphere. Air pollution is one of the greatest environmental risks to health. By reducing air pollution levels, countries can reduce the burden of disease from stroke, heart disease, lung cancer and both chronic and acute respiratory disease including asthma. The fact of air pollution issue. From smoke hanging over cities to smoke inside the home, air pollution poses a major threat to health across the globe. For your information, WHO estimate that in 2016, some 58% of outdoor air pollution related premature deaths were due to ischemic heart disease and stroke, while 18% of deaths were due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and acute lower respiratory infection respectively, and 6% of deaths were due to lung cancer.
My name is Ahmad Zaid Nakuddin bin Muhammad Usdi from class A4AS1 204, class number 20, with student ID is 2020818244. My purpose today is to let you know the objective of this presentation. Our first objective is to warn the world about the dangers of pollution if not curbed. And next, it's to aims to raise awareness of the importance of caring for the environment. And last but not least, I just want to ask, what is the point if awareness have been given but not the solution? So our last purpose of this presentation is to educate the public on ways to preserve and maintain the environment.
My name is Muhammad Arif Hakimi bin Norizan, student ID 2020457964. For this video, I will talk about the factors of air pollution. There are a lot of factors that can contribute into polluting the air. To make it easy, we can classify the factors into two parts. One is natural causes, while the other one is man-made causes. Natural causes are the factors and causes that can pollute the air that's happened on its own, or in other meaning, naturally. On the other hand, man-made causes are air pollution that happen with the contribution of human, or basically the causes where human takes part in it. Now, let's get into the natural causes first. The first natural causes that we have on our list is volcanic activities. Volcanic activities are perhaps the biggest causes of air pollution that we can see with our own eyes. When a volcano erupted, it will release and produce a tremendous amount of sulfuric chlorine product with the addition of ton and ton of ashes. These products, which are released into the atmosphere and can be picked up by winds and dispersed all over the place. The air will be polluted with all this stuff and can cause major health problems to people around it. Next, we have this picture of rotting apple here. This picture is indicating the microbial decaying processes. Bacteria and fungi play a fundamental role in the biogeochemical cycles in nature. When a living thing dies, bacteria will help decompose the organic matters. Decaying of this microorganism will release methane gas, a highly toxic gas that can and will pollute the air. There is also the wildfire, or the accidental burning of forests because of very high temperature. The smoke and carbon monoxide caused by this fire contribute to carbon levels in the atmosphere, causing major air pollution. That is why people that are nearby any forest fire need to be evacuated quickly since the air is so dirty and can cause major health problems quickly. Wildfire also will contribute for greater warming by causing a greenhouse effect, which in turn can cause another wildfire at other places. For this time, let's indulge into the man-made causes. As I said before, man-made causes is the causes where humans take part in polluting the air. either unintentionally or intentionally. The thing about this factor is that it is not easy to stop since humans need to do it in order to live comfortably in current time. The first causes and a major contributor in polluting the air is the fossil fuel emission. The combustion of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and other factory combustible is a major causes of air pollution. These are generally used in power plants, factories, and waste incinerator, as well as furnaces and other type of fuel burning heating devices. Vehicle also emits a lot of fossil fuel emission that can pollute the air. It is hard to completely stop all these activities since they have a major part in order to make the earth spin. The second big causes is the agriculture activities, such as vegetation and livestock raising. In order to do agriculture activities, a lot of trees need to be cut down in order to have flat land for the agriculture activities. This deforestation will increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the air because the amount of trees is decreasing. The application of pesticide, herbicide, and insecticide, which contain toxic volatile organic compounds, can greatly pollute the air. Cattle waste also generate a lot of methane gas, which is harmful to any living being. Smoking obviously pollute the air. Not only smoking produces a bad odor, they also emit a series of toxic chemicals, including a series of organic and inorganic chemicals into the air, which in turn harming others who also inhale it. Other not so obvious causes is the use of household items such as perfume, paint, and cleaning products. These products contain organic solvent which volatilize in the air, which can be harmful if inhaled in a huge amount.
My name is Nurul Farhani binti Azizan. My matrix number is 20208114458. For this section, I will explain about ways to overcome air pollution based on the previous factor. There are several ways to overcome air pollution, especially for the man-made pollution, which are able to be controlled by humans. As we can see in the slide, there are 4 ways to overcome the air pollution based on the previous factor. The first one will be using the public transport. Public transport produces far fewer quantities of air pollutants. It is because public transit reduces the number of vehicles on the road, which reduces the amount of the pollutants enters the air. This can be proved by a study conducted in 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games found that expanded public transportation services reduced peak auto use by 22.5% and led to decreased amount of mobile source emissions from single occupancy vehicles. During the games, emergency room and hospitals saw a 42% decrease in the amount of asthma-related admission because of the lower levels of air pollution. Next one will be reducing livestock methane emissions. Livestock methane can be reduced by holistic pasture-based livestock management, which in farming, holistic plant grazing is a part of holistic management framework. In this process, animals will move from paddock to paddock, mirroring the natural herding behavior of animals. Grazing involves longer rotation of ideally more than 30 days, which gives grass time to fully recover before being regrazed. But how is it going to help reducing the emission of methane? In the grass, it will harbor bacteria called methanotroph, which break down methane. It's a soil-based decomposition of methane may be equal or greater than ruminant methane production, depending on the animal density, soil type, and soil health. The next one will be implement and enforce the law. In the light of growing evidence regarding the health impact and air pollution of smoking is getting worse, the government should adopt measures to ban or severely restrict smoking in public areas and workplaces. Smoking-free policies also help to denormalizing smoking by making it the exception rather than the rule. If smoking is permitted, it should be restricted to clearly designated areas, physically separate from non-smoking areas. And the last one will be having a good ventilation areas. By having a good ventilation areas, especially in the house, air regulation can help to expel of dust, volatile chemicals that comes from household items, and unpleasant odor.
which can lead to health problems which are related to difficulty of breathing.
My name is Zukhruf Al-Khadija Amni binti Jamil Azhar, and my student ID is 2020614118. I'm gonna present my part, which is conclusion and the other way to overcome the air pollution. So for conclusion, while the effects of air pollution on materials, vegetation and animals can be measured, health effects on humans can only be estimated from epidemiological evidence. Most of the evidence comes from occupational exposure to much higher concentrations of pollutants than the general public is exposed to. So this is the other alternative to overcome the air pollution. First is recycle and reuse. The concept of recycle and reuse is not just conserve resources and use them judicially, but also is helpful for air pollution as it helps in reducing pollution emissions. The recycled products also take less power to make other products. And the second one is implement afforestation. Plants grow as many trees as possible. The practice of planting trees provides a lot of benefits to the environment and helps with the release of oxygen. So that's all from me. This is the differences. Thank you for watching.